Good afternoon. Here's a roundup of the events we're looking forward to this week. Here we are, Tuesday, the 28th of May, the final few days of the month of May, which has seen some fairly interesting moves. We've had a largely bulletproof stock market. In fact, stock markets across the globe really have been performing incredibly well. Last week we had a bit of a setback following suggestions and comments that the Federal Reserve, that's the US central bank, will be perhaps tapering or reducing their quantitative easing program. The effect that this the effect that quantitative easing has had on the markets is to push equity prices up, and the net effect is pushing bond prices lower. But if the QE, or quantitative easing, is going to be reduced or tapered, as the description is, it means that that support for the markets will be reduced. That is a potential concern to the equity markets, and it could also potentially be very positive for the US dollar. Partly, I think there's a large part of what happened last week is probably down to the fact that we've had a pretty resilient move for 3 or 4 weeks now, and I think it needed to let off a little bit of steam, and it duly did. But as you can see from the screen here, we are significantly higher on the day, some substantial moves driven further higher by some of the positive data that we've had out Tuesday afternoon. If we just go to our Forex factory here, we can see that the first of all, the Case-Shiller S&P Composite House Price Index is at 10.9%, expected 10.2%, and also an astonishingly good Conference Board consumer confidence number from the States, expected at 70.7, came out at 76.2. This has propelled the dollar higher this afternoon, to be expected if there is further sort of interest in the tapering argument for QE. That will increase the value of the dollar, and we've seen that against the euro and other major currencies this afternoon, certainly with a break of 129 on the euro versus the dollar. That's seen a significant move down, certainly in relative to recent moves. So an interesting week where we have further data out that perhaps could spur more thought of that, but we are in the final week of the month. So it'll be interesting to see whether we can hold on to a lot of these gains. Time will obviously tell. Let's just go through the calendar now. As I said, we've already had the consumer confidence, so we've largely finished Tuesday's data. The only last remaining one we got Tucker, who's a member of the Monetary Policy Committee for the Bank of England, is talking at 6 o'clock this evening, Tuesday the 6th. Most of our participants, our traders, hopefully will be finished for the day, especially on such a good day as today. We've got Kuroda, who's the governor of the Bank of Japan, talking in the middle of the night on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. That may have effect on markets first thing in the morning, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Other than that, we've got German data out. We've got the preliminary CPI and unemployment data. We've also got another MPC member talking at 10:30 tomorrow, that's Wednesday, and then really nothing else much for Wednesday until we hit Thursday, where we've got the preliminary GDP data for the US. We're expecting a figure of 2.2%, which is unchanged from the previous estimate. As a quarter, I should say. Unemployment claims, that's been a focus of attention just recently. Unemployment has been doing pretty well. We're expecting a figure of 342,000. Consumer confidence is improving, which tends to reflect perhaps people's confidence about their own jobs and also the economy in general. So I suspect the unemployment data will probably remain quite good. Then we have pending home sales at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday. An important bit of data, the home sales, the home market is important for the economy, as we've discussed previously. And then on Friday, we have German retail sales. We've got the flash estimates of the consumer price index in the Eurozone, and also the unemployment rate, which has been particularly poor of late, as we all know. And then in the afternoon, we've got the Chicago Purchasing Managers Index, which is an important number, followed 10 minutes later by the University of Michigan, their revised consumer sentiment number, which we're slated to see an increase from 83.7 to 84.1. Nevertheless, very positive data for the time being. Anyway, it is the last day of the month, Friday, so it could be susceptible to a little bit of profit taking, and there are a lot of profits in these markets. Just looking at the DAX at the moment, we can see that that's within a whisker of its closing high, so it's recovered a lot today following last week's bout of profit taking. Anyway, good luck. Thanks very much for listening. We'll be reconvening on Thursday at 8 o'clock. Thanks very much. Bye for now.
If you would like more information about trading the right way, Trendsignal is giving you the opportunity to see and hear about its services live at a free online seminar. Take a look at the Trendsignal website for the latest events and to book your free place.